Well, after a pretty weird fight night, two fights we lost before the fight card actually came up today, and then we lost the main event, Ryan Spann versus Nikita Krylov. And honestly, not a terrible main fight card, but not a great one for the first time, and I would say in a while, to be honest. Brendan Allen really, really was impressive in this fight. I'll say I was really impressed by Muniz's striking in this one. His counter ability was very, very nice. But Allen, every time they got to the ground, I thought if he, and I think this is why he really didn't shoot a whole lot on him. Except, yeah, no, he didn't shoot at all. Both takedowns. Well, the first one he got from a scramble, a reverse, and then the other one was he caught his kick and he went down. But Muniz is really, really good if he gets you down, if he's on top. And Brandon Allen, I said he's really good on the ground. You don't want to play with fire too much. And Allen really, really showed how good he was on there, submitting Jocko in his last one. Won quite a bit in a row. He's looked really good. Still has a problem getting hit, I think, a little bit too much for the top 15. But we will definitely see now. And Augusta Sakai coming back after being KO'd in his last 4 fights, beating Dontel Mays. And I thought Dontel Mays would have some success in this fight. I thought he would be able to kind of rush Sakai a little bit and cause him to make some mistakes in the striking game, again, since he's been KO'd in his last 4 fights. And Mays just kind of was okay with grappling against the cage with Sakai, and he looked really, really bad in this fight. Tatiana Suarez came back, looked really good, did have a little bit of troubles with Montana De La Rosa, but at the end of the day, she got her down when she wanted to at the end of the day, and then she found a submission, and she took it, and she absolutely ran with it. It was a beautiful performance, and I was really happy to see her come back. And then Mike Malott versus Jahan Lainez. I thought Malott was going to have some more success than he did on the feet, but it really seemed like he didn't really want to play that game with Lainez. And so he got him down to the ground and was able to get an arm triangle choke, but not in a typical, on the side fashion. He was in kind of a half guard, kind of like the Sage Northcutt and Brian Barberina finish, but very impressive for Mike Malott. Hopefully we see some more from him. Hopefully he hasn't fought very much. And then Trevor Peek versus Eric Gonzalez. I thought Gonzalez would have a little bit more firepower. I thought because the way Trevor Peek fights, I thought Eric Gonzalez would be able to offer that respect in his punches, because even when he fought Jim Miller, he hurt him in the clinch at the end of one of the rounds. And even when he fought Terrence McKinney, he was able to hurt Terrence McKinney before he was submitted, but his hands had seemed nice, before. But he kept playing that game where he would throw wild, and Trevor Peek would be at the right distance to throw even more wild and catch Eric Gonzalez. He'd kind of seen it coming, to be honest. But Trevor Peek throws absolute every single thing he has. It's fun to watch, but he's not going to get very far if he keeps that style. But he has power, so he needs to tighten it up a little bit, be a little bit more technical with that aspect, because, again, that's not going to work all the time. Eric Gonzalez did a really good job of taking him down when he needed to. He just couldn't keep him down, but that's something Trevor Peek's going to have to fix. Jasmine Judavicius looked really, really good on the ground. Got beat up a little bit on the feet against Gabriela Fernandez, but she did what I thought she was going to do. Looked really good on the ground, and that's how she won the fight. Jordan Levitt really, really surprised me with his clinch. I didn't expect his clinch to be as strong as it was. I thought Victor Martinez would have a little bit more success striking with Levitt, because Levitt tends to not use his hands a whole lot. He kicks. And I thought Victor Ortiz, yikes. Victor Martinez would have a little bit more success with his hands. And he didn't. And then Ode Osborne versus Charles Johnson. Very, very close fight. I had Ode Osborne winning. But again, very close fight. And a much, much needed win for Ode Osborne. And Charles Johnson's stock does not drop. If anything, it goes up. And he's really, really fun to watch. A lot of movement, really good cardio. Does tend to get hit with shots, unnecessary shots, because of his style, but very fun fighter to watch. And Joe Solecki was really, really impressive in this fight. I thought Carl Dietz in the third, because of how much more experience he had over Joe Solecki, would have more success than he did. And Joe Solecki just showed how really good he is. I'm curious to see where he goes from here. And then I think the fight that we were all hoping would be a little higher in this, Nurolo Aliyev versus Rafael Alves. Rafael Alves. Really, really fun fight. I like Nuriel in this one. And Alves' cardio looked a little bit better, but he did get tired. And I think that's the kryptonite in this whole thing. But Aliv looked good, 9-0 now. Showed that he can really, really compete with the guys like Rafael Alves. Again, curious to see where they go from here. But as always, let me know what you guys think about the fight night, the card, the fights. What was your favorite fights? And tomorrow, because I guess some people are having some hard time hearing me with my microphone, just got a new microphone. I'll have that here tomorrow. I'm not for sure if it'll be set up tomorrow. But stay tuned for all the pay-per-view for next weekend, UFC 285, I believe it is. But stay tuned for that. I'll have those videos out tomorrow and throughout the week. As always, guys, subscribe to the channel if you are new here. And as always, thumbs up, comment. You know what it is. Peace.